What's up, everybody? You know, here we are again with another stupid video. You know, first off, Black Lives Matter, where you at? Yoo-hoo! Black Lives Matter, where are you? Oh, is it because it was a black police officer that shot Sylville Smith? Is it because that there's video proof showing him point a firearm at a police officer? Is that what it is? Is that why you're nowhere to be seen? Even before anybody says, you know, this, I'm saying this because I'm racist. That's far from the truth. Okay? The bottom line is that it is so clear that this young man did exactly what they said, that even black men, I can't say women, I haven't seen no videos from women, but men, has come out and saying basically the same stuff. Black Lives Matter, where you at? Because you ain't got nothing to be racist about here. It was a black police officer that shot this young man because he pointed a firearm at the police officer. And it's on video. But video doesn't matter to his family, apparently. Watch.
Do you think he had a gun that on him?
The car that they hopped out on, it was a gun in the car. It was never a gun on his body.
Okay, but there's video evidence to state he had a gun in his hand. But then she goes on to say,
Did they right?
He had it, and he didn't have the gun on him. The gun was in the car, and they didn't even see who fled from the car. That's what's crazy.
okay, first thing, the gun was in his hand. Here's a clip from the press conference.
I have, however, seen a still photo extracted from that. And that still photo demonstrates, without question, that he had a gun in his hand.
So there is video proof stating that he's got the gun in his hand. But the family refuses to believe that. Video proof. You cannot lie about video. This is the reason why you don't see Black Lives Matter. They don't want nothing to do with the situation. Nothing to do whatsoever. But you got these fools acting like idiots, and they are destroying their own neighborhood. But this is what his sister had to say about that.
Y'all burning down gas stations. Fuck that gas station. Put some money on his books, his funeral, on everything. Tell his mama y'all sorry for her loss. Burning down shit ain't gonna help nothing.
Burning down shit ain't gonna help anything, is what she just said. Here, in case you missed it, I'll replay it.
Burning down shit ain't gonna help nothing. Burning down shit ain't gonna help nothing. Burning down shit ain't gonna help nothing.
But then she goes on to say,
Y'all burning down shit we need in our community. Take that shit to the suburbs. Burn that shit down. Y'all burning down shit we need in our community. Take that shit to the suburbs. Burn that shit down. Y'all burning down shit we need in our community.
I'm confused. Didn't she just say burning down shit ain't gonna help nothing? But she wants you to burn down shit elsewhere, but it's not gonna help anything. I'm really confused. But we're not done yet, because it gets even stranger. I mean, I really don't understand. I really feel sorry for the family. Don't get me wrong. They lost a loved one. But the idiotic comments that's being made, it says, don't burn down shit, don't help anything, but she wants you to burn down shit in suburbs. Really? But then she goes on to say this.
We need our shit. Y'all want to hurt somebody, take that shit further out. Don't bring it here. Don't bring the violence here and the ignorance here.
Okay, so she's admitting that it's violence. She's admitting that it's ignorance. But she wants you to take it elsewhere. I mean, it doesn't make no sense. And again, I understand that she's probably not in the right state of mind right now because of the fact she just lost a loved one. But the bottom line is, you know, he got out of the car and ran. He got out of the car and ran for a reason. So did the other gentleman. If you're not guilty, you're not going to run. That's the bottom line. If you're not guilty of doing something, you are not going to run. Second, he pulled a firearm on a police officer. Now, let's think about this. If her brother has a concealed carry permit and somebody pulls a gun on him, what is he going to do? What is he going to do? Let me think. I don't know. I mean, if I've got a concealed carry permit and somebody points a gun at me, what would I do? Why do I have the concealed carry permit? It's to protect myself and possibly my family. Oh, I know. You're gonna shoot the guy pointing a gun at you. Why didn't I think of that earlier? Man. Which is exactly what the police officer did. This young man pointed a firearm, loaded firearm with almost 24 bullets in it, at a police officer. That's why he got shot. And that is the bottom line. He ran from the car. He had a loaded firearm. And he had it in his hand and pointed at the police officer. That is why he got shot. But I think back to the sister, and I don't quite remember who the other lady was in the black outfit. But when they said that the police didn't know who he was. Here, let me play that clip so you can hear it for your own self.
And I didn't even see who fled from the car. That's what's crazy. And I didn't even see who fled from the car. That's what's crazy. And I didn't even see who fled from the car. That's crazy.
Okay, they didn't see who fled from the car. Okay? They didn't see who fled from the car. But then the sister makes a statement with the news saying this.
This boy knew my brother personally from high school. They knew each other. You knew exactly how my brother was.
Okay, so yeah, I'm yet confused again. So this sister says they know each other from high school, but again, her other sisters, I believe it's her sister, said this.
And I didn't even see who fled from the car. That's what's crazy.
Okay, so what is it? Either they didn't know who fled from the car, or the cop knew who he was shooting. What's it going to be? But again, it falls back to you don't point a damn firearm at a police officer. What are you going to think that is going to happen? Years ago, there was this call, about all these shootings. So let's get tasers. Tasers will help the problem. So the police department spends millions of dollars getting all these tasers. Well, after people started getting tased, you don't like that either. The bottom line is you don't like a damn thing that the police does. But you know how to fix this problem? It's not... Granted, there is issues with some police officers. You're going to have that in every city, in every state, no matter where you are. CIA, FBI, MGI, ABC, XYZ. Doesn't make a difference. Every law enforcement department is going to have a bad apple in it. That's how it is. That's life. Every community you live in has a bad apple in it. There's no such thing as a perfect community. There's always a bad apple amongst a group of people. Okay? But the thing is, you have to comply. You need to do what the police officer says. And then if the police officer is doing something wrong, believe me, there's an attorney out there that's ready to pick up your case. Okay? And I even read or heard in one of the stories, apparently this young man had won a previous lawsuit against Milwaukee. So apparently he knew the ropes. If he didn't do anything wrong, why did he run? Why did he run with a gun in his hand? You know, and again, I fall back to my original comment. Where in the hell is Black Lives Matter? They are nowhere to be found because even they know this young man screwed up. That's why you don't see them nowhere. You don't see no protest and all this. You see fools from their own neighborhoods and the surrounding neighborhoods coming down there and destroying that neighborhood. And now who is hurting? The people that live in that neighborhood are hurting. And did it solve a damn thing? Did it solve anything? No, but now you have to go miles to get your weaves now because you can't get them in your neighborhood. I mean, rioting is stupid. It solves nothing. And all it does is hurt a struggling community even more. And I wouldn't even feel uncomfortable saying, I guarantee you most of those people that was rioting ain't even from the community. They just see an opportunity to go destroy shit and mess things up for everybody else. For everybody else. That's all they saw. But again, the reason why you don't see nothing out of Black Lives Matter is because this is a black police officer. And you can guarantee you that if it was a white police officer that shot this young man, even though it's justified, the man had a gun in his hand, Black Lives Matter would be all over the damn place. All over the place. But they are nowhere to be found. Yeah, you're gonna see people holding up signs and stuff like that, but you don't see no march, you don't see no protest. You see people acting a fool, destroying their neighborhood, or better yet, people coming down there and destroying somebody else's way of life. They're not catching a bus out of that area where those buses was knocked over. They're not catching the bus to go to work. So now that area is shut down because of all the damage, so people have to go to work. They got to walk way down the street to catch a bus, if the bus is even running in that area. So all the idiocy, stupid, dumb, and whatever word else you want to use that took place did nothing but hurt the people in that community. Now, this lady started off smart with her press conference. And again, I'm not trying to lash out at the family. I feel sorry for the family. Again, this is another young black male that did something stupid. Now it's cost him his life, and his family is grieving now because of it. The car was stopped. He got out. His buddy got out, and they took off running. Well, his buddy's alive because he didn't have a gun in his hand. I saw another video, I think from a niece or aunt or somebody, that was talking about, why didn't they shoot the other one or something. I didn't watch the whole video, so I don't want to really comment on the video. But bottom line is, this man got shot because he had a gun in his hand. And it doesn't make a difference if you've got a concealed carry or not. You are not allowed to pull your gun out of your holster unless your life is in danger. That is the purpose of having a CCW, is to protect yourself. Not to pull it out on the police. It gets me extremely angry that the fact is, I have quite a few black male and female friends, okay? And I see the stuff that they go through because of the stupid stuff that takes place within their own race. And some of them, at least a couple of them, don't even like dealing with their race. Does not even like dealing with their race. Because of the fact of the way they act. Like what took place with the riots in Milwaukee. There was another young man I saw on Facebook that he made the comment, I tell you here, I will pull it up and let you listen to it. Because I don't have the video for that. Now, this is a young black man. He's actually down there where the riots are. He's across from the gas station. So I can give you kind of an idea on what you're going to be listening to here. And he is live streaming on Facebook. And, again, there is issues with some police officers. But the large majority of police officers will do anything to help you. But here's this guy's comments.
Just chaos. Just chaos. I've been watching it unfold. I've been here recording on my phone ever since then, and just giving my opinion of what I've been seeing.
And what's your opinion of what you've been seeing?
A lot of the destruction I see is I feel like people are doing it to themselves, and they're making the wrong choices.
There is a lot of anger out there, though.
I can understand a lot of anger is out there. I can understand a lot of things are happening, but people have to understand that we have choices when it comes down to certain things actually happening, and we're making the wrong ones. I'm looking at 1, 2, 3 bus shelters crash down on the sides. I'm looking at glass everywhere where I'm sure kids actually play, where I'm sure people have to cut the grass tomorrow morning. I'm looking at a gas station that's completely burned down that people used to go get gas from, and everything else they used to go get is burned down. That's not the right choice. This will not get anything done. Period.
With all that anger that's in there, it's going out in the wrong way, is what you're saying.
Of course. It's not the way to go at all.
And you've been recording it here on your phone?
I've been recording on my phone.
What do you do with your recording? Are you Facebook Live?
I've been Facebook Live for probably the past 2 hours.
What's your name? I want to follow you on Facebook.
My name on Facebook is That's Mo Styles. That's my Facebook page, and I've been going live for the past 2 hours. I've been down here telling what I feel like is my version of the truth. A lot of people just don't want to hear that. A lot of what is going on is we doing to ourselves. We have to understand that we're making a lot of the wrong choices. It's never going to change if we keep doing stuff like this. What do you think? How do you expect to get a positive outcome from this type of negativity and destruction? I'm looking at an entire gas station being burnt down. I'm looking at somebody has to go to work tomorrow and their bus shelter is face down on the ground from here to that corner to that corner. What did we prove? What did we accomplish? What do we expect from this? If you ask anybody who committed any one of those crimes, because to me that's exactly what it was. It's a crime to vandalism. What happened? What do you expect? How do you expect it to get ahead from what you did today? That's what I want to know.
I tell you what, that is the smartest man I have ever heard in a very long time. Very long time. And this man is saying it exactly how it is. And this is a black man from the black community, okay? And he is not the only one. There is a bunch of other people that are coming out and saying, this is stupid. We are doing nothing but hurting ourselves. So why are we doing this? Why would you destroy something in your area? And then you make the chances even harder of getting everything replaced. Just look in the cities that's had riots. Look how long it has taken those cities to recover. It's not an overnight process. In some cases, it takes years. It's the old saying that's been going on, and I guarantee most of the people that's going to hear this has heard this from their parents. 2 wrongs don't make a right. But in this situation, the officer wasn't wrong. The young man pointed a gun at him. You know, I've gone on long enough for this video. I don't want it to be a long video. But I just want to give my input because, as I said, I'm a white man commenting on this. And, you know, and I have plenty of black male and female friends. And they are hurt also. They are hurt to see how their race is going through issues like this. But let's face it, people. The police officers are not the issue. You need to look at yourselves. I saw another video, and I'll add it here, and it'll be the last thing I'll say. A news conference going on in Rochester, New York. And as the mayor is talking from Rochester, this gentleman comes up from behind and just starts going off. And he's going off because the Black Lives Matter. Because there was a shooting that took place. And Black Lives Matter were nowhere to be found. Nowhere to be found. Why is that? Because it wasn't a police officer shooting. And as this young man says, or this gentleman says, that if it was a white cop that shot, I think it was 3 black males, Black Lives Matter would be all over the place, ready to burn down the school and everything else. But they are only there when they want to be there. If black lives really mattered, why ain't you raising Cain over every black on black violence, black on black shooting, black on black robbery, or anything? If black on black, I'm saying this backwards. If black lives really mattered, black on black crimes would be the first thing that you would want to prevent, because those happen. I think the gentleman says there is a black man killed every 32 hours by a black individual. Or it might just be somebody from the black race. You'll hear the video. But come on, people. We got to use our heads. We need to come together as a community and step forward. Just like this young man says. I'm going to play his clip, then I'm going to go right into the next gentleman's clip. But I want you to hear his solution. Again, this is a young black male. I want to say he looks to maybe in his mid-20s, late 20s at the most. And I haven't heard a mayor, a council member, anybody from this family or any other black male or female talk to the media and make sense the way this young man has. And he's mentioned his Facebook page, and I think he actually mentioned something else also. So I will let you hear the rest of his interview with the news. And it's again Channel 6 Fox's news station. Brad Hicks is the reporter. This video, by the way, it's had 1.7 million views. 1.7 million views. Here's the rest of that video.
I can't see it.
You can't see it either.
Not at all. Not at all. And I've been out here for about 2 hours. You know, they asked me to move back, I move back. That's fine. But that's not going to stop me from telling my truth. People need to understand that we're making these choices on our own. We're destroying things, and we're expecting I can't speak for them, but I'm guessing they're expecting something to change from being destructive.
With the anger that's out there, because there is some anger, and we all know the history that's gone into this, what would be a positive way that people could take that anger and feel like their anger was heard and respected and honored, but then something positive came from it?
They have to talk about it. They have to talk about it. The same way you and I are talking right now, they can talk to the officers that are out here right now. I know something occurred today that was very, very tragic. I understand it. I don't have all the details myself, but I do understand that they could have talked it out. They could have asked the right questions. They could have gotten to some other result than what we're looking at right now today. When I came down here, I was devastated. Things were on fire. It just looked like a war zone.
Is this your neighborhood?
No, I live right down the street. I don't live too far. I didn't grow up too far from here. So,
What's your name?
my name is Quinlan Bishop.
Quinlan Bishop?
Quinlan.
Quinlan?
Quinlan.
Q-U-I-N-L?
L-A-N.
L-A-N?
L-A-N, yes.
It's nice to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you,
Can
too.
Describe for me what you're looking at the gas station. Kind of just take a look at that and tell me what you see.
The gas station is devastating. I mean, obviously it's a total loss. You know, I'm not sure if some people are happy about what they see in that gas station because of what went on there prior to today, but we didn't accomplish anything by that gas station being in the condition that it's in right now.
And that's a business owner who has been running a business serving people in this community.
Mm-hmm. You know, and, you know, people can feel how they want to feel based off their opinions of things that happened in the past or whatever the history is with that gas station.
Right, we all know about the shots fired incident.
Exactly. But all in all, that's a business owner who was making an honest living, and now the gas station is reduced to nothing. In one night. Inexcusable.
Quinlan, man.
Just wow. That, listen to that young man talk leaves me speechless. I'm gonna go right into this next video. And people, please, we have to come together. We gotta stop the foolishness. And if a police officer tells you to do something, just do it. The only reason you would not do it is if you're guilty of something. And we all know about the shooting with the gentleman that had the CCW and had the gun on him. And I have my thoughts and opinions about that. So again, me personally, my CCW, and an officer asked me to get my driver's license out. The first thing I'm going to do is, because he was a driver, is I'm going to put my hands on the steering wheel. The second thing I'm going to do is I'm going to tell him, I'm going to say, officer, I have a concealed carry permit and I am wearing a firearm. If he asks for your driver's license and proof of insurance, say, officer, it is in my back pocket and I have to go past my firearm to get it. I would rather get outside the car and let you take my firearm off of me first. Because see, in a situation like that, you are now step by step you're telling this police officer what's going on. Okay? And me personally, I don't think that young man did a damn thing wrong. I don't. He didn't do a damn thing wrong. He told the officer he had the gun and everything, but the officer asked for his ID anyway. And the bottom line is that if you're going to carry a firearm, you need to do more than what's asked of you. Like I just stated, they're saying all these, they're saying this young man had a concealed carry permit. Well, if he's got a concealed carry permit, the last thing he should be doing is running from the police with a firearm in his possession. The only reason why he's going to do that is it's suspected that this is a firearm that was from a robbery, that along with like 500 rounds of ammunition that was stolen. Maybe that's the reason why he ran. I don't know. Unfortunately, I think the only one that really knows why he ran is that young man. But at the end of the day, now his family is grieving, and my heart does go out to them. This is not a video to bash the family whatsoever. It's just that comments are being made by the family that just doesn't make sense. You got, again, one lady that thinks a sister or somebody in the family or maybe a close family friend, she's saying that he didn't have a firearm on him. There's video that shows he had the firearm in his hand. Not only did he have it on him, it was in his hand, and he pointed at the police officer. Then you got the same lady is saying they didn't know who was in the car. Then you got the one sister that said the officer knew who he was and how he was. So see, there's contradicting statement that's being made from the family alone. So that's why you have to wait till all the facts come out. And I know it's hard to do if you lose a loved one in a situation like this. But, if you're putting out misleading information, how do you expect people to react? Again, my heart goes out to the Smith family. And prayers go out to them as well. Again, here's the video from Rochester, New York, with another gentleman going off. And this is an older black man, because black on black violence and Black Lives Matter is MIA. Take care.
Trying to process what happened here last night. Up until 3-4 o'clock in the morning, you had the district attorney was here, the police chief was here. This morning, everyone is regrouping at the public safety building. You had the council member that had represented this district here last night. The outrage is there. We will continue to be out here in our community, working with the community, walking hand in hand. I don't know who committed this crime, but believe me, once we find out, this person will be brought to justice.
Are you getting a sense from authorities that this was one shooter? This was a white police officer gunning down 3 blacks and injuring 4. Wilson High School will be set on fire, and every black leader, every community leader will be up here. Black Lives Matter, hands up. Blacks are murdering blacks every 32 hours since June. I've been in this town all my life. I'm 56 years old. I am afraid of being shot and gunned down by a black. Again, if this was a white police officer shooting and killing 3 blacks, people will be out here, the school will be on fire, people will be coming forward saying, I saw this white police officer. But because it's black on black crime, it is socially acceptable for blacks not to talk to the police. It is appalling. And every 32 hours since June, blacks been murdering blacks, and y'all guys got to do a better job.
Thank you. But I'm out here. So.
Thank you for being out here.